Look at this bounty, bro. Look at this bounty. 1 basil, 2 basils. It's like the Bitcoin pizza. 1 pizza, 2 pizzas. 2 basils, 1 rosemary, another rosemary. In 2005, one man purchased 2 basils for 1 Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin pizza. In 2018, one man paid a Bitcoin for 1 pizza, 2 pizzas. Don't get this joke because you haven't seen like when Bitcoin was having its like fall from 20K, it started to fall down. It was like 5 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago, before COVID. And Ty Lopez, the scammer, here in my garage, he decided to try to sell a crypto investment course. He was gonna, suddenly he's a crypto expert, right? So he's making a video. It's like, in 2018, one guy paid 1 Bitcoin for 1 pizza, 2 pizzas. Now Bitcoin is worth $19,000. Yeah, we know. And now Bitcoin is worth more than $100K. Okay. And if it wasn't for Bitcoin, I would have to be working right now. But before you decide to rob me, understand that I've kind of already wasted the money, withdraw the money. Gotta find a job soon. So you wanna steal something? I already spent the money on 1 basil, 2 basils. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about Today we're gonna talk about my cat wants to eat the basil. My cat wants to eat the basil. 1 basil eaten, 2 basils eaten. My cat ate the fucking meat. I had some chicken meat, spicy, extra spicy with chili. I had some extra spicy chicken meat made by me. I got some leftover. My cat fucking started chewing down, tapping with the paw, chewing down. Fucking hell. So where's my Coke? There we go. Real sugar Coke, not the Coca-Cola crap. Anyway, today we're gonna talk about why the fuck do I have basil and rosemary? I also got lentils. And I got some black rice. I gotta show you. I got some black rice. Look at that bad boy. It's growing. It's growing. Look at that bad boy. Black rice. So, to answer your question, food prices, they're drawing us so much that you gotta be like, okay, I'm out. Now I'm growing basil. Okay. Now, if the world was more fair, if the Jewish company I worked for, Tembet, didn't replace me with a fucking Turkish boy after overworking me for almost 3 years. If they didn't replace me with a Turkish boy who quit because they overworked him, of course, if it was more easy to find a job and everybody was not looking to exploit you, and you just have a job, you just, working from home, you get the money, everything's sunshine, lollipops, rainbows. Probably, some people would still like to garden, but I would be like, I don't want to grow basil. I'm not that interested in basil, maybe. But they are trying to price you out of food. They're trying to price you out of food. And I just saw on the news in the UK, they are increasing the boiler tax. You gotta pay a tax if you have a boiler, a water heater for the bathroom, a boiler. So if you're not in paying for hot water, getting Jude up the ass, now you gotta pay a tax. Now you gotta pay £100 per year. It's like, wait a minute. Have you taken care of the radical Muslims that are walking with machetes, stabbing people, raping women on the street? No. In fact, you're letting them get away with rape and killing. You're just letting them go. So this is what I'm getting. Now you gotta pay a boiler tax. And by the way, there's still Muslims with machetes on the street. So what I'm saying is, when I had a job, and they kind of fool you, they kind of brainwash you with everything sunshine and rainbows, and you're like, they increased the price of chocolate double? So it was like $1, now it's like $2. Double, 100% increase. Who cares, bro? I have a job. Who cares? And then you lose the job, and it's like, oh shit, now the chocolate is $2.50. It's like, wait a minute, it's not even been 3 months and you're increasing it again? Oh, now it's $3. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? Okay. You're pricing me out of chocolate. I can't afford to be fat anymore. It's like, fine, now I'm fucking chiseled. Okay. Okay, so, you don't need chocolate to survive. Okay. You price me out of chocolate. Fool me once, shame on me. You're like, well, certainly, I understand that products like cheese and meat, they're very hard to produce. They take some effort. Like, you can't just make cheese at home. It's a fucking hassle. You gotta buy a fucking... Like, I was looking into it. Like, you gotta buy a fucking container. You gotta fucking temperature. You can, but it's a hassle. Okay? So it's not... My cat is meowing. It's meowing. It's not like making scrambled eggs at home. So, if I don't want to go to the restaurant, I can quickly make scrambled eggs in 5 to 10 minutes. It's like, no biggie, I'll make it at home, bro. Who cares? Super easy. I use some paper cups. Bada bing, bada boom. Nowadays they sell cheese in a pack. Shredded cheese, shredded mozzarella in a pack. No problem, bros. You just take some cheese, you get the scrambled eggs. No problem, bro. However, you try making cheese from scratch. Milk is fucking expensive. You try, like, where are you gonna have a cow? You're gonna keep a cow on the balcony? You're gonna keep a chicken on the balcony? It's a hassle. Okay? Okay, so we get that caring for a chicken, having a chicken around, a cow, get milk, making cheese, making wine from scratch. It's a bit of a hassle. It's not realistic. If you have a house in the woods, okay, but most people, they live in the city. You can't have chickens, the neighbors are gonna call the cops. Okay. So we're slaves. We gotta pay for those things. And you get to increase the price with inflation. Okay? And you know, when we're talking about inflation, I've done the, you know, years of labor, all my days and years of labor, the payment that I got for it can buy less and less. So the more I wait, the labor has been done the same, but the things I can buy to feed myself is less. So very cool, it persuades me to keep working. So basically, you gotta be running on the hamster wheel constantly, and the money, everything is designed to suck your money away, and if you stop running on the hamster wheel, you die. You just die. You watch as all the Muslims and the black people from the ghetto get their need bucks, and you try to apply it, it's like, no, you can't. We can't give you anything. The Muslims get a free house, free buffet, broski, but you, the white guy, you gotta keep running on the hamster wheel. You gotta pay for Netflix every month. Phone bill, they're just sucking the money away. It's like, don't you think if I lose my job, you don't get to keep getting my money per month? I'm sorry, Netflix, I'm sorry, phone bill. When I get a job, you get money. So make sure I get a job. Call the employers, tell them you gotta hire Kiro because he's not paying for Netflix anymore. Okay? And nobody gives a fuck. It seems like you're the only nice schmuck giving a fuck, getting raped left and right, getting fucked in the ass. So anyway, the point is, with products like meat, cheese, you know, prepared stuff, some stuff are a hassle to make from scratch. You can be, if you have a job, it's quite a hassle to try to can some preserves. You gotta get on your knees, you gotta hit the jar with the metal to seal the jars. You try to make homemade Lutinitsa spread, pickles. It's a fucking hassle, bro. You know, so people, they have jobs, they relax, they're like, it costs the same from the store, just buy the jar from the store, you don't need to make it at home. We're not in communism anymore. And you fell for the trap. You fell for the trap the same way that the YouTubers, all the generation of Zoomers, the entire new generation of Zoomers fell for the, I'm gonna be a YouTuber as a job. I'm gonna get AdSense revenue. I'm gonna have ads, and I'm gonna be a YouTuber. And before you know it, I spent, and I'm not even doing it thinking I'm gonna get ad money. I'm doing it because I like doing it, and eventually people are gonna buy my book on psychology, and I like doing it. I like having a radio show. I like having friends. Okay? So, before you know, you do the math, I wake up, I talk for 40 minutes, I talk for 1 hour or half an hour. I do some editing, quick editing, upload it on YouTube, half an hour lost, half an hour more. Before you know it, you've lost 2 hours of your day making a video. YouTube gives you 10 views. And that's your friends who are subscribed to you, they're waiting for the video. They're showing it to nobody. They're showing it to nobody. So somebody clicked a button, shadow banned. Aye, keep making videos, jackass. Meanwhile, you see like some brand new channel. He makes one video. Suddenly, 1,000 views, 70 subscribers just from one video. Like you went on YouTube, you're hey, just talking to the camera, bam, this guy gets 1,000 views. And you're like, am I that fucking ugly? Am I that uninteresting? Or, you just suck at entertaining people, bro. Hey, motherfucker, I break bricks on camera with my fucking hands. I crush apples on camera. At some point, we gotta ask, if I climb Mount Everest, is YouTube gonna give me 30 views? Oh, you climb Mount Everest? We'll show your videos to your friends, but nobody else. That's the deal. So, you understand that all these kids, entire generation of American kids, they're like, I'm not gonna get employed, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. And then you do the calculation. Let's say you get some subscribers, you get the AdSense program. It's like you spend 2 hours, 5 days per week, 2 hours of your day, and YouTube is gonna give you like $200 if they decide to give it to you. Eventually they'll demonetize you, they'll play the game like, we keep getting the money, but we decide to not give you money anymore. You keep making the videos, we're gonna keep making ad revenue, we're not gonna pay you. So they're waiting to screw you. They're waiting to eventually not pay you. And it has happened thousands of times. Okay? And even when they are paying you, it's like, okay, so you're wasting 2 hours per day. You say to yourself you love doing it, but you start to realize that you're doing what the algorithm is gonna work. So now you can't say this, you can't say that to keep monetized. You can't talk about COVID. You can't talk about this, you can't talk about that, or they're gonna demonetize the video. So you're dancing like a clown. And 2 hours working per day, $200, that's not gonna cover your rent, broski. It's not gonna cover your food, you know? Even cooking at home, it's still like, I would have to say I spend like, let's say $150 per month on groceries, you know? Can't cover your phone bill, $50, your money is gone. I don't have a phone bill, but you do. So, anyway, let's get back on the subject, because I love getting off subject. So, okay, we gotta keep buying the meat and the cheese, the stuff which are a hassle to make. Okay, fair enough. What about things which they grow like a weed? Lettuce grows like a weed. Rice grows in water. So we don't need to water it really, maybe once in 2 weeks. Basil turns out to be a fucking weed, so you can fucking propagate it. You can cut the cuttings and you get 10 plants. It grows fast. It grows fast. Lettuce and basil, mint, they're fucking, even strawberries are a fucking weed. They fucking grow, broski. And soon you start to get the hint that 2-3 basil plants, you get more basil growing and you can fucking eat as a pesto, broski. You get unlimited pesto genovese, fresh, organic. You decide what to spray, you decide on the soil, So, you got a fucking cheat code. This is a Sims play the game of Sims. When you put the cheat code, you get the money. Nature invented and gave you cheat codes. Okay, so you got basil, you're gonna be malnourished, but you'll find a way to survive so you can find some meat to eat. Okay, so we found that, okay, they made, meat and cheese, I get them getting expensive, but, stuff that grow really fast and really easy, like potatoes and rice, lentils, spring onions. These are all stuff that grow like in 2 to 3 months. And they're very like low maintenance. They're designed by nature as a cheat code. They're peasant food because they're cheap for a reason. Potatoes used to be cheap for a reason. So potatoes grow like a fucking weed. They survive everything and they grow like a fucking weed. Okay? We're not talking about tomatoes that take like 5 months to grow. We're talking about 2 to 3 months, just grows like a weed, very easy. So, these crops, they used to be very cheap. It used to be, the peasant food. So, you're like, okay, they make cheese and chocolate and meat and milk expensive. Surely they can't make rice and potatoes expensive because they're so easy to grow, because if they try to make them expensive, people are just gonna grow them at home. I mean, you're gonna have to be crazy to keep paying higher prices on something that grows like a weed. Lettuce grows in 1 month. Lettuce grows in 35 days. And you can harvest it continuously. Do you understand? You're not supposed to need to buy lettuce. Maybe if you eat salad every day, but it's quite enough. Now you just gotta watch out. If you're a rip, you gotta watch out. When you buy these store plants, sometimes they have like some how you call it, like the butterfly worm. They got some green fucking big worm, and if you don't eat it, it might crawl in your butt. You're sleeping, next thing you know, so you gotta check them for some kind of a big worm or something. You don't wanna. Okay, Ontario. So you start to see that, wait a minute, there was an unwritten promise that even if you increase the price of hard to make items like meat and chocolate, the promise of that at least the peasant food, the stuff that grow very easily, that people can just get angry and start growing at home, the agreement was you can't raise the price of these foods because there will be no point to buy them. I'll just grow them at home. If nature makes potatoes grow super fast, they're a fucking root vegetable. And, lettuce grows in a month. Basil is minced spread like a fucking weed. Strawberries. If you have a house, you can have, even on the balcony, you can have blueberries, raspberries. They become a bush. They produce new berries every year. You're gonna be eating berries like crazy. They sell them as a luxury food. They want $5 for a small tray of, may I have some more raspberries? May I have some blueberries? It's like, dude, they grow in the forest, the bears see them, they're just fucking growing, bro. They're falling on the ground. The fuck are we doing? If you put like 10 blueberry bushes in your backyard, you're gonna have so many blueberries, you're gonna fucking spoil. You're gonna have to turn them into wine. You know, nature, if we're talking about fast to grow plants, nature is very giving. We have plants which produce every year. You grow it once and the plant keeps producing like a tree. You know, they keep, you don't need to grow it again. They just keep giving you free food, broski. But it happened. You want to buy pre-cut frozen fries? $2, $3. You want to buy just the potatoes that you cut yourself, you peel them? They got more expensive. And it's like, but it's a Bulgarian potato. It's from the Rhodope Mountains. It's a Bulgarian. You want $10 for a fucking potato? Because I'll go make a fucking gorilla garden, you know. And then you start to see the news, you know. They're like, they want to tax you if you have a wood oven to heat yourself. If you use wood to heat yourself, they want to tax you. If you have a boiler, since when is having a boiler a problem? They want to tax you for this, they want to tax you for that. You want to grow some wheat? Illegal. Illegal. You gotta give us the money. But wheat grows like a weed. It's easy to grow, you know. You want to grow some tobacco, broski? No, illegal. You go to jail forever. You gotta buy the $10 tobacco. It's like, motherfucker, you know how expensive tobacco is? You can grow it in the backyard, but they'll arrest you. So you gotta pay $10 for cigarettes if you smoke, you know. They keep trying to find people who try to make homemade alcohol. They get some fruits, they get the copper vessel, they spoil them, they make rakia, vodka, you know, whatever. The government doesn't like it. If you make 20, 50 liters rakia, you're never gonna buy alcohol again. When are you gonna buy whiskey if I have 20 liters of fucking oak barrel aged rakia? When are we gonna need to buy the whiskey, bro? When? You know? So, it's like you start to see these things. You start to see that this basil was less than €2. This was less than €2, and you actually have to separate this plant so it doesn't die. So you need to separate them in like 3 pairs. So this plant, you make it into 3 different plants, then you cut and propagate even more, so you end up with like 9 plants, you know, from cuttings. So with I didn't even need 2 basil plants, but I'm like, fuck it, let's buy 2. Let's have unlimited basil. So this, the amount of basil that's already grown, this is ready grown, less than €2. This is more basil than a jar of pesto. What was the name? I forgot. So if I just buy some cashews or pine nuts, I use some olive oil, and I use some ground cheese, it's gonna be the same price as a jar of pesto, that I paid for this, but this thing is gonna keep growing forever. Unlimited amount of basil. You know, so what are we doing here? Because pesto is cheap in Lidl, but if you look at elsewhere, if you look at the Italian brands, Basil, pesto, they want €3. You want €3 for pesto? Broski, you're insane, broski, get it? You want €3 for pesto? It's made from a plant that grows like a wheat, and you put some cashews and some powdered cheese, and it's like, oh, we want €3 for hey, wapai. And you start to see these things, bro. You start to see that unlimited basil, unlimited rosemary, okay? You just leave it to dry, and you finally feel that you can actually grow something to survive when the society falls apart and black pepper costs like $20. Like, you want black pepper? $20. It's like, bro, you know, what's going on, bro? So you price me out to when I went like, fuck this, I'm gonna grow it myself. Fuck this. Grow some black rice, organic, lentils. I'm not becoming vegan. I'm just saying these are some stuff that I can make some sushi. I got some rice for the sushi, some lentils for the stir fry with the meat, some condiments that I use. Okay. And we got two onions. We got 2 onions, so we can grow spring onions, and they also grow quite fast. So the problem is, you want to buy some spring onions from the store so you can make homemade ranch. They want 60 cents. It's like, excuse me, what, 60 cents for fucking grass? It's like, here you go. You can grow it at home. It's like, should I really give you like fucking 60 cents for fucking grass? And you start to notice this thing. The price of rice increasing. The price of lentils increasing. Pesto. Spices, bro. You want some spice? They come from India. Could be ground bricks. You don't know. Is it red pepper? Is it ground bricks? It's from India. Some Pajit. Red pepper, bro. Red pepper. And the price. Bro. Spices are becoming like, you're getting priced out of spices. You're gonna look at how much ordinary spices cost. You're gonna be like, well, I might as well just buy a McDonald's. I might as well just, $1 for red pepper, $1 for cilantro. And you start to ask yourself, rosemary, less than €2. You want a small pack of dried rosemary, 60 cents. And it's like, hold up a second, what is going on in here? I don't know what it's sprayed with. Did you wash it? Is it sprayed with something? Does it contain Monsanto, Roundup, glyphosates? Is it organic? And say, hey, shish. So, at some point, you see that you actually get to eat organic and it grows on its own, and it's becoming insulting. You're asking crazy money. The lettuce, it was actually the lettuce that woke me. So you want to put a few leaves of lettuce on a burger. They want you to pay $1. $1 for lettuce. It's gonna spoil in a few days. It's gonna spoil. So you pay the $1 so you can put some lettuce on a couple of sandwiches before the rest of it spoils. And it's like, wait a minute. This is not nice, bro. This is not nice, broski. Lettuce grows in a month. I put some cups of soil in water, in a container of water. It grows, it regrows. You cut it, it regrows. You can cut it 4 times. You can cut it 4 times. It keeps growing, broski. It's like, wait a minute, you're trying to charge me for the convenience of buying lettuce, which it doesn't have a lot of nutrients. It's fucking crunchy grass to make the burger crunchy. You want $1. Like, bro, again, GMO, sprayed with the gods know what, They got what was it? A type of herbicide, pesticide, that was found to make women infertile. Atrazine, yeah. So I actually used to sell a t-shirt that had the meme, Are you red pilled on atrazine that you can use it as a poison to make people infertile? So, you're probably spraying the lettuce with atrazine. All the Bulgarian farmers use Monsanto Roundup. That's how dumb these boomers are. You're buying potatoes, Rhodopian potatoes sprayed with fucking Roundup. I gotta fucking kill you if you fucking... Anyway. What else can we say? Now, of course, if you're rich, like Rhea Ripley, you're a millionaire, who cares? If I want some basil pesto, I'll just go buy it. I'll buy a whole barrel of pesto. I'm Rhea Ripley, I'm rich. But she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it that you're busting your body, you broke your nose, you broke your teeth, your back hurts, you're fucking busted, the steroids have fucked up your liver, and so you got the money, you get the house, and you turn around, you got fucking Netflix, Starbucks coffees. Everybody's mooching you, like a cow. On theory, the cow, everybody's mooching you. And you're paying for food, whatever, and then you realize in 5 years, WWE is gonna kick you to the curb. You got too old. You got too old, Auntie. We're replacing you with Roxanne Perez, Iri. The door's this way, Auntie. And she's like, I'm giving money. Now all of a sudden nobody wants to give me money. And even if you have money, you're not eating organic food. You are eating stuff that's gonna make you fucking infertile, or it's gonna poison your baby. Your baby is gonna become like a fat American, It's like, at some point, you just gotta respect and worship nature and learn. It's fun and it's good for you. Maybe you don't have the desire now, but it will come one day. It's good to you to prove to yourself that you can grow something and you can be self-sufficient. It could be just a pot of rice. Just prove that, hey, if the zombie apocalypse happens, I know how to grow a pot of rice. I know how to propagate basil. I don't need to buy basil from the store. just prove to yourself that there is a life hack, like that there is a cheat code in your life where it's like, look, I'm getting free food. That's it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're winning with cheat codes. It's really cool. Anyway, nothing much more to say. Have a lovely day. Rock on.